Bang.
Welcome back, boys. JV boys, episode 4. We missed you guys 1 week. I'll keep it straight. We were getting drunk in Florida. That's what we were doing.
Hammered.
At least we're not lying. At least we're not lying. Because
Not
we don't lie
lying.
to you guys.
However,
that's the
there is a
one thing
lot
about our podcast.
to cover today. Lot to cover. We got NFL trades. We got NBA. Don't even get me started on the Denver Nuggets and their performance recently. And last but not least, everybody's favorite time of year, March Madness. We got the tournament.
Sure,
we're going to go over some picks. We're going to go over some upsets. We're going to absolutely go over some big time news, boys. We're gonna try and make this as entertaining as possible. We're gonna give you guys a little rundown about what we've been doing the past couple weeks, the future, what it holds. Another thing, make sure to go follow the socials, JV Boys, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, all that good stuff. You guys already know the drill. Jacob, let's get it started. What happened in the NFL? What happened in the NFL? What's been going on, bro?
So yeah, I would like to say this for a second too. I am the NFL guy of the group.
Yeah.
I'll give on the NBA. Don't get me started about the NFL. All right, I take this shit serious.
No, you don't know ball. You don't know ball.
Okay, that's just rage bait. Yeah, but no, I mean we got a lot of signings. Free agency happened. That was huge. I mean, so let's just break it down. I mean, probably my favorite signing would have to be, I'm a Patriots fan, diehard, but it's gonna have to be on the Broncos. They fucking reloaded insanely. I mean,
Denver has been killing.
You get an Ole Miss alum like Evan Ingram to give Bo Nix a reliable tight end one. That's just insane. And it's something they were really missing last year. Their tight ends were a bottom two group. I believe they cut one of them. There was just really nothing in that tight end position, which has been such a good. I feel like Denver's always had some great tight ends. You would think back to Julius Thomas and but it's not just that. Then Denver makes two huge signings. My favorite sign was Dre Greenlaw. I don't know if you guys know, if you didn't watch the Super Bowl, Dre Greenlaw tore his Achilles when he was jumping up and down when he was trying to run out on the field. If he doesn't tear his Achilles, there's probably a very, very good chance the 49ers win that Super Bowl. He is an absolute game wrecker. He plays the game the right way. He's one of the last physical linebackers I've seen in today's NFL. He hits hard. He doesn't play no shit, plain and simple. That's what I fucking like. I like guys that don't play no shit. That they just go out there and say, no, you know what, you quarterback, you're fucking dead. I want to see that. I want to see the anger.
That's what everybody wants.
He plays with a lot of it. And he got paid 3 years, $31.5 million, $13.5 million guaranteed. That's obviously a steal for the Broncos. He's not even in the top 10 for signings of a linebacker. And, that's a steal. And that Evan Ingram on 2 years, $23 million, that's going to be a steal as well. I mean, you just give Bo Nix just a safety valve, really. And they just add to that offense. And they already were a playoff team. They made the playoffs last year, and their defense was insane. So now you got Patrick Tan, you have Nick Bonito, you have Riley Moss now, and let's get to the other guy they signed, Talanoa Hufanga, one of the best safeties in the NFL. Teammates on the 49ers with Dre Greenlaw. The chemistry's there. We gave him 3 years, $45 million, $20 million guaranteed. And that's just a huge signing. I really think the Broncos stepped up as the second best team in the AFC West. It's hard. I would love to say they'd win the AFC West, but I'm not comfortable yet. Even after the Chiefs got killed, I'm not comfortable just counting Mahomes out like that. I mean, I'm a Patriots fan. I know it too well with Brady. You're not.
As much as you want to see Mahomes go down, he is an absolutely outstanding quarterback. I hate the guy personally. Not a fan.
Fucking hate him.
But you can't argue with talent. You can't argue with talent. I mean, and especially statistics, the numbers, they prove a lot. Some trades that I got to personally bring up. DK Metcalf. Oh, boy.
Ole Miss Rebel, by the way. Oh, hold on.
Ole Miss Rebel.
That's my dog. No. He's actually the boy. Me and him hooped one time.
No, that's my boy back in the day. If you guys are not aware, he got traded over to the Steelers. Which is, it's going to be interesting to see the two biggest crash outs in the league, George Pickens and DK Metcalf.
To live in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good
Yeah,
point. I mean, if
wow.
that doesn't make you even more angry, then I guess we're gonna see. I think that should be definitely some entertaining ball to watch. Two great
I
receivers.
agree.
It's gonna be good to see how DK and George Pickens are able to like build chemistry together. And I mean, the Steelers they're doing pretty well in the offseason too. Um, they picked up obviously DK. Darius Slay
They
picked up
re-signed
Darius
they
Slay.
re-signed Mason Plumlee though. I mean, I think that signing of Mason Plumlee too,
Uh,
bringing him back just meant, and not signing a quarterback because they were in the run for Aaron Rodgers. They still are. I don't think they're going to re-sign Russ. I don't see him leaving. Fields left to the Jets. That's another thing we'll
for the
talk about
Jets.
here in a
Yep.
second. And so yeah, I think they're going to draft a QB. I mean, what they're going to be at 21st. It's a really big QB draft. A lot of guys are saying Ole Miss Jackson Dart could fall there. I don't think he'll fall that late
No,
due
I
to
don't buy
so
it.
many Q. I just don't see it, Pat. Because look at your first three picks. You have Tennessee. If they don't draft a quarterback, I should think all the fans should riot and blow up the stadium. If they don't draft a quarterback. If the Browns don't draft a quarterback, same thing. If they let that rapist Deshaun Watson back on the field, I think they should, yeah, riot. And then, I mean, are we for real going to argue about the Giants not needing a quarterback? Like, come on, all three of those teams need a quarterback. They're going to draft a quarterback. So that's Shador, that's Cam Ward, one other,
Jackson Dart. Yep.
He's QB3, and it's undisputable. I mean, if you watch the Senior Bowl, if you watch a big time difference. I mean, Will Howard stunk it up. I mean, the QB3. I mean, those are just really the top three guys. And I don't think it's I don't think it's completely unreasonable to think he's going to go to Pittsburgh, especially after this. But after seeing that signing, after seeing that they're going to move on from Russell, which I kind of feel bad for Russell, but at the same time. It's what it is.
What can you do?
Yeah. I mean, speaking of that DK Metcalf, bro, yeah, we're the boy. Yeah, that's we're chill like that, me and him. Yeah, no, he was. That's like one of the many photos we have. He always tells me like we like always chill and shit, and he's like, yeah, Jacob, you're so fucking cool. Like I got my workout routine, everything from you, and no, he's a great guy. It's really been cool being able to mentor DK, teach him my ways.
All right, yeah, you're done. Dope. You're done, buddy.
All right, dope.
Moving on a little bit. The Bengals re-signed T. Higgins and Jamar Chase to some pretty big fucking contracts. You know what I mean? That's gonna be huge for the Bengals.
9-figure deals.
Yeah, no, that's gonna be huge for the Bengals. Obviously, wide receiver 1, wide receiver 2. I mean, Bengals are. Look out for the Bengals. They didn't have the greatest year last year, but I'm a fan of Joe Burrow, and I want to see him do well personally.
Okay, but you need defense. What when you're paying Joe Burrow all this money? Okay, they were so good on offense last year, and they lost every game.
That's a good point.
Their defense. So we are really going to see, which I respect it. They're going all in. I like that method. They're like, fuck it,
fuck it,
go
offense.
I did not think this was going to happen.
Defense wins championships. That's another thing you got to keep in mind. Yep.
Bring back defense.
Bring back defense. Where's the defense gone?
Bring back fucking defense.
Defense is gone nowadays. It's like deleted. Like can't win a game without defense. You know what I mean? So.
And I think
it's kind of interesting to see for sure.
I think people that watch football at a level that me and you understand that defense really does. I mean, if you just watch football, besides just the basic casual fan, you pick up pretty quickly that. It is a lot easier to just offense gets all the calls, so playing defense is that much harder. So if you don't have a good defense, chances are you're not going to win.
Chances
are. And that's what worries me with Cincy is like, wow, okay, 4 years, like you went all in on this. I didn't think this was going to happen because everyone saw he they thought he was going to go to New England, test free agency. And then they said he was going to get franchise tagged. I didn't think they were going to be able to get a deal done there. I didn't see it because I'm a realist. I don't know how they're going to be able to put a defense of NFL quality. I hope they prove me wrong because I love Joe Burrow, but I don't see it. I really don't.
I mean, here's
don't
my
see
take
this working out well.
Here's my take. Offense can only get you so far. But defense is what gets teams rings. You can't just go out there and beat every other team in the league with just an offense. You need a solid defense, especially playing against teams like the Chiefs who also have such a stacked offense. You can't just expect to go out there and just beat them by putting up points. You have to be able to stop their offense. I mean, it sounds basic.
I would say
it sounds basic, but I mean, it really is how it is, especially in the NFL when there's such a high skill level. Like those are the things that gets teams from winning conference championships, getting into the playoffs, Super Bowls, is the defense. Like, doesn't matter how good the offense is if the defense it ain't there. It's got to be 100% on both sides. You know what I mean?
I mean, absolutely. I agree, 100%. And I think that we're seeing less of that in today's NFL. And I think what it really comes out, and I would say, but this is just all football in general. You know, it's easy to mask these problems when you're playing bad teams, you know, and you're winning games. You go 10-7, or like in the college football playoff example, you know, they were, you know, playing some, like Tennessee had some like, oh, you know, okay, they had a really good defense and just a okay offense, and you got to have both. You have to have both, especially when it comes to playoff times. You have to have both, or you're going to get your face pounded in. That's just what's going to happen. And talking about face pounding, and let's talk about the New England Patriots, because that's what's fucking happened the past 5 years.
Face pounding.
I'm wearing my freaking hero right here. Lifelong Patriots fan. You know, never going to change. Let's talk about my team. I'm the only one that's allowed to. I mean, yeah, we signed the highest paid player in franchise history, and I guess I didn't even know this. Milton Williams, 4 years, $104 million. And he's out. Tom Brady never got a deal higher than that. That is the highest paid Patriot player of all time. I actually really like this deal. Adds to our D-line. I love the player. I love the sign. He was actually, I don't know if you saw, he was supposed to sign with Carolina. New England swooped in the last second, stole him. Love that shit. I love that I think we just threw the house at him. And then, we got Harold Landry, Titans linebacker. 3 years, $43.5 million. And then we got a really good signing out like too in Carlton Davis, one of the lockdown corners in the league. You know, I saw him in Tampa. You know, that year in Detroit last year that he played very, very well, even though he broke his jaw. I really think he is gonna just keep on, you know, killing it. And we got former Raider Robert Spillane. I mean, the Patriots are gonna and one of the best tackles in most modes. The Patriots are gonna be just fine. We were all hoping as Patriots fans they get a big wide receiver one. But it didn't happen. We signed Mac Hollins.
Y'all picking up Travis? Y'all picking up Travis or what?
If we don't, I might have like a heart attack watching it right there. I mean, Travis Hunter, especially being from Colorado, would be so sick to see him go to New England. But I don't see New England being the place where he'd play both ways. Vrabel's a pretty no-nonsense guy. He's like, dude. I'm sorry, if I'm paying you $100 million, you're not fucking playing both sides of the ball either. You're an insurance. Like, you're not.
Yeah, that's a great point.
Not.
Especially like I can see how that can fly in college, especially with Coach Prime. You know, coaching. He's kind of. It's much different in the league. You know, like
you're younger,
like how long are you
can do it?
How long are you really gonna last in the NFL playing on both sides of the ball? I mean, he's playing damn near every snap besides special teams, and. It's just in the NFL, it's just your body isn't going to last that long. Like you got to really be considerate of injuries. You know, all that stuff, and especially another thing is, since the skill level is so close in the NFL, it would make more sense for Travis to develop on either side of the ball, one or the other, rather than both, so that he can, you know, actually develop as an NFL player. Rather than just playing both sides of the ball. Like, yeah, I get it. Playing both sides of the ball, fucking epic, right? Fucking awesome. Epic. It's awesome to watch. It's fucking crazy to see. I mean, Travis Hunter, one of the only players to have his own touchdown to fucking interception ratio. Like, come on. It's entertaining. It's awesome to watch, but, I mean, I don't see it in the NFL. Simple take.
I agree. And I actually love what you said. You took it off the top of my mind. I think, and I'm going to add something, I think it's disrespectful to some of the guys in the league. I've seen guys in the league talk about this. It's like, dude, you're hilarious.
Yeah.
If you think you're going to be able to focus on two, it's a different
game on the opposite side of the ball.
There's just going to be people better than you eventually at corner.
I mean, it's
receiver. So you have to pick one eventually.
It's the best player in the world. Like, you got to pick a side, and especially for player development, Travis going into his rookie season, like, I mean, he's gonna have to. Personally, I think if I'm head coach, you know what I mean. I'm saying you pick one side, whichever side you're better at. Simple. That's where you're at. Simple to me. I would put him at
I'd
wide
agree
receiver.
too.
That's my take.
I especially because here's why they have Christian Gonzalez and they just signed Carlton Davis. They don't need another corner. I mean, nickel. I mean, I think here's what they'll do. This is what's going to happen to Travis. Travis is going to come in on certain pass sets. Here's the thing. He will play both sides, but it's not going to be to the extent like we have that in New England. His name was Marcus Jones. He would come in on some passing plays, and I think it's going to be opposite because I saw a report. I think it was Adam Beer or something like that. It was one of the Patriot. I follow a bunch of Patriot accounts, and apparently the coaching staff, nothing. They truly believe that he is the best wide receiver and corner in the draft at the same time. And I don't know if I disagree, but I think a game that I want to bring up where I do agree with Vaughn on the play thing. I think if you just throw on that Stanford film, it shows exactly why it can't work. That
was a brutal game. I remember watching that one.
And if you watch towards the end, he got head tapped. I mean, and it wasn't that it was bad coverage. He was just gassed.
Yeah.
He was fun. And once you get okay, it's different doing this as like a 19, 20-year-old kid getting hit by other 19 and 20-year-olds, but the NFL is just a different game.
It's a different ball game. Yep.
And like I said, people are fighting for their lives. The people are going to want to outstudy you. So the fact that I would say the arrogance you think you can come and play in both. I mean, it's kind of, I do agree with this. It's stupid that we act like we've never seen this before. We have. Charles Woodson played both. So many players have played. He's not the only guy to do this ever.
Right.
There's people in the NFL that except I guess he's like to the extent, yes. But I could argue that he wouldn't even have done that unless he went to Jackson State or Colorado. He's not doing that at Georgia. He's not doing that at Alabama. Get the fuck out of here. He's not, or for at least not. Okay, he did it at Colorado. No, he's not doing it there. You don't know why? Because like me and Vaughn said, there are other people better at it because you can only put so much time on one skill.
Yeah, like these guys.
People are just going to start passing.
These guys are the best at their position, and that's all they work on. And you think if you're practicing both, you're splitting up your time and your reps, you're not going to get the same results as someone that's putting in 100% effort on one single side of the ball. It's just simple as that.
You're just going to get passed. It's
just simple as that. College, it can fly. But, I mean, I would love to see it. That'd be awesome to watch if Travis Hunter comes out. He dominates both sides of the ball. I just don't see it happening.
And also, I would love to say, it worked too. And let's talk about it. He was in the Big 12. I mean, who are you really playing in the Big 12? I'm telling you, if he went and played in the SEC at an SEC schedule, he's not staying healthy. He's not doing that. He's not. He's just not. And I would say the SEC is probably the closest thing there is to the NFL, and there's still a huge gap. And if you want to argue with me on that, you can argue with a fucking wall. How about you just go look at the SEC in the past 10 years in dominance?
Speaking of the SEC, this is a great transition into the next absolute topic of the day. March Madness, absolute best time of the year for sports. Well, college basketball. Jacob, what's your thoughts on the tournament? What do you got? Upsets, picks, champions. What do you got? Give me something.
Let's talk about how crazy this is first. There's 16 teams in the SEC. 14 of them went to the tournament. Leaving out LSU and South Carolina. It's pretty nuts. I mean, I love it. I really do. I do. The tournament, especially this year, you get a lot of interesting teams. Team that has my heart right now, dude, I love Rick Pitino. He's a great coach. I think if he could just win this, it'd be huge. One of the things we'll be watching, the tournament really does start tomorrow. I know a lot of people don't pay attention, but that North Carolina game tomorrow versus San Diego State, everyone's going to be watching that. A lot of people didn't want North Carolina in the tournament. I saw the governor of West Virginia sued the NCAA today, which is fair. Really? I mean, I saw it. They were 1-13 in quad one wins with North Carolina, while West Virginia had way more, and they didn't have a quad 3 loss, which North Carolina had. So North Carolina really didn't deserve to be in. And apparently one of the pickers for who gets picked in, like one of the selection committee guys. He's the AD, or he's the AD at North Carolina.
Interesting.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy to me. That's pretty crazy to me. But yeah, but I don't like Ole Miss has to play the winner of this North Carolina San Diego State game, and I don't like it one bit because March is always a force to be reckoned with.
I completely agree with you, especially in the tournament. I mean, historically, UNC has done very well in the tournament, and you know, to root for Ole Miss, you know, good basketball team. Historically, I don't know how have they done historically in the tournament.
Never. I mean, never really that good. Never. I mean, it's not really a basketball school. This is Chris Beard's really turning around. And then we'll get to talk about Ole Miss in a second. I mean, well, I really want to focus on this game and one of the sleeper teams, I think, in this tournament. I mean, Creighton.
McNeese.
I think Creighton is good.
Oh, McNeese, bro. That's a sleeper team right there, boy.
McNeese, but I think Creighton takes it. I think Creighton takes it because Creighton is just so good.
Creighton is a very good basketball team.
They are, yes. They are.
Louisville is favored to win. Louisville is favored to win. But I mean, Creighton, they're forced to be reckoned with.
I mean, yeah. I have Creighton in that game. I think Creighton takes Louisville. I have Creighton going pretty far. I was pulling up my bracket for you guys just to go through.
I don't have Creighton making it past the second round. Personally, I think if they win their first round, I mean, they're getting wiped by Auburn, plain and simple.
I have them. Okay. Some of my brackets, I did take them beating Auburn just because I love the idea that Auburn chokes. Because I think they could. I think they easily could. But yeah, I don't see it either. But yeah, I got Auburn. I got that Auburn Creighton matchup. I think Michigan will advance along with A&M. I think that will be a good game, and I think that Michigan will actually be the best. So then they'll go to Michigan Auburn. I think Iowa State will win their game. Same with Ole Miss. I think Ole Miss gets the best of that. I think they will go to the Sweet 16 along with Michigan State.
Talk about upsets.
Personally, I mean,
one of the upsets that I really like is the New Mexico Marquette.
Yeah, New Mexico.
New Mexico, that's a good basketball team right there. And Marquette, I don't know. I think New Mexico will make it to the second round, maybe even the third round. You know, I filled out a couple brackets. I have them winning 2 games. But I think they at least win one, and I think they'd beat Marquette in the first round. Another upset that I really like, Colorado State taking them over Memphis. Jacob, let them know why. You already know why, buddy.
20-point guard out. And it's Colorado.
Memphis starting point guard out of the game. Colorado State.
They're actually favored. It's not even. Yeah, they're one of the few 12 teams. They're favored. They're favored to win. And yeah, that should be really interesting. I think Colorado State. You know, they won the Mountain West. They got a freshman kid there putting up Cooper Flag numbers. It's nuts. I mean, you know, just the amount of, you know, it's always cool seeing. My dad went to Colorado State. Get a lot of family there. But if they play Ole Miss, I hope that we beat the living piss out of them. So yeah, but honestly, you know, another huge, you know, huge upset I have is, and I think you're going to be surprised on this. I just think that this Drake team is going to make a run.
I was going to say I like that pick too. I like that pick.
I think they take Missouri, and then from the Missouri team they probably play Tech, and I think Arkansas will also beat Kansas. So I have Arkansas going. They'll play St. John's. St. John's beats Arkansas. Drake beats Tech. They got Colorado State losing to Maryland. I don't think they'll get past Maryland of these Cinderellas. I just don't see it happening. But, you know, and another upset that me and Vaughn have talked about that he doesn't, I mean, we share different opinions on this. I do believe in McNeese, but I'm talking Duke. I'm talking Arizona over Duke. Talking Arizona over Duke.
Don't bet against Cooper Flag, bro. That's silly. That's silly work.
That's injured Cooper Flag.
Cooper Flag, bro. Cooper Flag.
Injured.
Cooper Flag, bro.
Okay. Injured. Cooper Flag.
10 minutes.
Injured Cooper Flag.
Potentially injured. But hey, you know Michael Jordan played with the flu. How many points did he drop, bro? You know?
Fucking dude. All right,
Flu
number one.
game.
Not
Everybody knows
number
the
two.
flu game. What about the Cooper
Everyone
Flag
knows flu
ankle
game.
The Cooper Flag ankle
No.
game. That's the next, bro. That's what's coming up, bro. I'm telling you. Watch it. Duke is just such a well-rounded basketball team, bro. They're not. Arizona's a good team. Caleb loves the beast. Caleb loves the dog. I mean, I don't see him beating Duke, bro. I see Duke making it, all the way to the championship. And they're the hottest team in college basketball right now.
Yeah, who have they played though? Besides shitters.
I mean, you got a point.
You
got a point, but their roster
who the fuck have they played,
bro?
Who have they played?
Yo, did boy? Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I get Arizona. They beat the shit out of Arizona at the beginning of the season. Tough loss for Arizona. But that's why I think Arizona's a win. Revenge loss. You got blown out by 30. I see Arizona getting the best of Duke in that scenario. I think Duke is going to get in there. I think their heads are going to get a little too big, like they always do. And I think they're going to fuck up. But another big upset I have, too, is I took Ole Miss over Michigan State. I do think – and Ole Miss over Iowa State. It's two upsets right there.
I think Iowa State's one of the most well-rounded teams in the tournament, personally.
They are actually – I don't know if you saw this. Their best players also ruled out for the entire tournament, and they would have actually had their seed swapped with Wisconsin. They announced it the day after, so it didn't affect seeding, which was actually pretty smart. But he will not be playing in the tournament. So, yeah, I have Michigan State losing to Ole Miss. Ole Miss is just – it's not bias. It's because I've watched them. They beat Tennessee. I've seen them beat Alabama. They are a very
How about that game winner against Arkansas?
And people just forgot about Chris Beard. Like he's some bum of a coach. He's made runs in the tournament before. I get he had that personal issue. I get some stuff happened. But, now he rebuilt his life, And that's pretty cool to see. But I have Ole Miss beating Auburn as well, going to the Final Four. I know it's crazy. That might be insane.
I mean, I can see why you're picking. I can see why.
Three times.
I can see why.
You know how many
fourth time's the charm, in your opinion. I can see why you're picking. I can see why you want to take that for sure. It's hard for me to convince me that every time you beat a team, especially when you're at this high of a level, it becomes that much harder to beat them again. Right.
Because everyone makes adjustments.
That's a good point.
And I think Ole Miss will finally be able to get over the hump, and a lot of people have that. I mean, Ole Miss is going to be a sleeper team. I think, like Vaughn said earlier, because of their lack of history in the tournament, a lot of people aren't really talking, but they have a real good basketball team. I mean, they beat Tennessee, and Tennessee had, if things get going, and they beat Arkansas too. I mean, Vaughn saw that crazy buzzer beater. That was, you lose to Auburn, but the one team that I don't want to see is Florida. If Florida,
I was just going to bring up Florida. I have Florida going to Final Four in every single one of my brackets.
I have them losing to St. John's.
Well, yeah,
they have to go through St. John's. They have to go through St. John's. How does that happen?
Well,
that's why I picked to win the tournament.
We already know why you're going to pick them
to win the tournament. I picked them to win the tournament, the whole thing.
I don't see it.
Rick Pitino. Dude, you're betting against the best coach in college basketball. I think that's a terrible idea. All right, no, go ahead.
Go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
Go the fuck ahead, dude.
I think you're a knucklehead for that pick, honestly, but it's all right though. I mean, you said it yourself. The SEC is the best conference in basketball.
Sports. Sports.
Okay, in sports. But just for basketball for this purpose only. So what makes you think St. John's is going to do better than an SEC team?
I like the coaching. I like how they play. I really think when you have an experienced coach in March Madness, Pitino changes things. He is one of those coaches. I would say he is the last one of those low. I mean, I wouldn't say Coach K level, but I think he has the most experience out of any coach besides Tom Izzo in the tournament, probably. Or Dan Hurley. Dan Hurley, national champion. But, I mean, if you look at all he rebuilt Louisville. He rebuilt Kentucky. He's done so much. He just rebuilt St. John's. I mean, how many programs does this guy have to fucking turn around and make winning programs for you to be like? I really think they're a special team this year, and if you really watch their games, I really don't see them losing. And a lot of people, I don't buy it this year. I think I think last year when everyone, I don't think that's going to happen. I know they saw the huge, every one seed dominate last year, the favorites dominate. I just think it's going to be the opposite. I think St. John's, I think a two seed's going to win it all. And yeah, that's what I think.
I mean, I think that's a bit of a silly take. But someone that lacks ball knowledge like yourself would say something like that. So it's all good. It's all good. It's all good. But no, who one team? Who's winning it? Who's winning it? Is it St. John's for you?
St. John's.
St. John's. All right. I'm gonna go Auburn. All right. I've seen what they're capable of. Whoa.
You did.
That's weird, bro. That's you to Rick, bro. That's you to Rick,
dude.
That's you
to
Rick,
bro.
That's you to Rick. Dude, you just
what the fuck you call Rick? Call him
Mr.
Patino, dude.
You just glazed Mr. Rick for fucking 3 hours, bro.
Dude, because he's the fucking GOAT, bro, and he wears white suits like a boss, bro.
All right, bro.
Pulls up all mafia style.
We get it. We get it.
Dick out, fucking that thing flapping around, bro.
All right. I don't think I've ever heard anybody talk about another grown man like that, but it's all good. Grown man, by the way. Grown man, by the way.
I've heard you talk about Cooper Flagg like that, actually.
Nah.
Even though you edited it out of the last video. Even though you edited it out.
These shits are raw, cut from the dirt, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Facts. Yeah, we totally don't edit nothing.
No.
I think the NBA talk too much here.
You're cutting out.
The NBA, we don't much talk. The Nuggets fucked. Let's say that. I really don't want to talk.
Oh yeah, simple talk here, boys. Nuggets got absolutely wonked on by the Washington Wizards. Jordan Poole, game winner. Can't believe it. Unbelievable. Also, not to mention the very close game to the Lakers bench that we barely won. Barely won. To the Lakers bench. Yeah. Embarrassing.
Austin Reeves. Two white guys playing, and we almost consent.
I mean, Russ.
And I'm not even.
Jamal, come on. Nikola, you're good, bro. You're like, what more can you do? 27 in the first half, man, and you guys still lose. Nikola, you can't do nothing else, bro. You're doing your thing out there. It's just the role players, KCP, missing KCP. He is a missing piece of the puzzle. To the Nuggets championship team back in the freaking day. It feels like forever ago. Wasn't actually that long ago, surprisingly. But the way things are going right now, it's not looking too good for the Nugtechs, unfortunately.
I think we'll play. I mean, what? We'll through that too.
No, your audio's cutting out big time, bro.
We would I mean, and if you look at the standings, especially for the NBA this year, it's different. Short time here, I just it makes me I would say their window's closed. Some teams really come together in Memphis and OKC, and I would say I think they're going to run the West. I think OKC is
fair point, fair take.
Yeah, they teams over there. I mean, people are counting out Minnesota too. I mean, they ever killed us by 20. Yeah, and they're 11-0. It's Randall's in the lineup. It should be interesting how it all plays out.
All right, boys. That will do it for episode 4, JV Boys Podcast Bench Talk. Thank you for tuning in. It's been an absolute blast. We're fired up to watch these games. We'll keep you guys updated. We'll definitely get some content going. We'll push out some more content, boys.
The video.
Now that we're back and we're locked in, we got weekly episodes coming up. We took a little break, reasonable break, but we're back, boys. We're back and we're here. With that being said, make sure to go follow the socials, JV Boys, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, all that good stuff. We'll catch you boys in episode 5. Peace out.